Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received, and the translation of that message, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nash, how are you? I am a man from Zim, and I got married to a marine spirit, and I started making money. I was having a company which we were doing fishing at a dam that is called Kariba in Zim. But now I am here in South Africa, staying in Sandton. I am suffering from a disease that cannot even be cured at all. And I want your listeners to at least assist me because of the challenges that I am facing in my life. But I deeply regret everything that I did, the rituals that I did, as well as killing my own mother. I was once a man who was living very well. I had everything that I wanted, but today I am a man who is living a life that has been shattered. I am suffering from a rare disease that has no cure at all. Now, as we are speaking, I have been in and out of the hospital for the past 3 months, but nothing at all is working. As for the doctors, I have paid the most expensive doctors that can be found in South Africa, but they can't even find any illness. They really do not even know what the hell is wrong with me. But deep down, I know what I did is wrong. I got married to a marine spirit, and I want to inform other people out there that there is nothing good that will ever come out of dating a marine spirit. Nothing. You can think that your life will become better, but your life will even get so worse if you will ever do a ritual where your spirit is joined to a marine spirit. I am here to confess, to tell my own story, so that no one will ever make the same mistake that I did. I don't have any relatives at all, because this marine spirit that I got married to, it survives on blood. Sometimes it will need the blood of any of my relatives after 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and it will take as many as it wanted, such that I finished the whole family. Except for my other sister who is living in the diaspora, this sister of mine who is overseas. I will send the marine spirit to her, but the marine spirit will be unable to touch her. This is what the marine spirit will do. The marine spirit will travel, even swimming in the ocean. I will see the visions of this marine spirit as it will be going to the country where my sister is staying, and then it would wait for my sister to fall fast asleep so that the marine spirit can kill her in her sleep, but it was unable to do that. She is the only surviving relative that I have. I so wish to be in communication with her, but I cannot because of the things that happened between me and her. She then found out that I was the one who was bewitching everyone, who was using everyone in the family, and I also wanted to take her life away. Everything started in Kariba. It was in the year 2012. I was a small businessman in Harare. I was dealing in the fish trade. We would get the fish from Kariba, sell it to Zambia as well as South Africa. Money was coming to me like crazy. I was driving cars that were not even for the ordinary people. I was selling fish, but I would sell fish sometimes using the back of my Range Rover. I even had a VX Land Cruiser. Nobody knew how I got my wealth. The truth was that I encountered something there at Kariba, something that people can find hard to even imagine. One day in May in 2012, I was with my boys. We were on our fishing boat. That was when I started to think about my life. I looked at other businessmen that were also on their fishing boats with their workers. I saw that it seemed as if they were progressing in life, but I was not even progressing in life at all. I then approached one of the businessmen who was also working there at Kariba, and I told him some of the business challenges that I was facing, and I needed some money so that I can be able to pay my workers. He then said that he was not going to give me money, but he was going to give me something which will make me so rich, so much that I will never have to borrow anyone ever again in my life. He told me that he was using this other old man who spoke Chichewa. That man, he stays around Kariba as well, and this man is a traditional healer, so he helps those ones that will be busy doing the same business and having their fisheries as well, so that they can have a huge catch. He then took me to that man and he said, this is the man who assisted me to be what I am right now. So you need to speak with him. I spoke with that traditional healer and I told him that I also wanted to become rich. My businesses were going really down and I wanted to become rich. That man then said that he was going to assist me, but there was an offering that was supposed to be done. I said, what kind of an offering? He said, you have to sacrifice the heart of your own mother. And how am I going to do that? I asked him. And he said that he was going to make a plan, as well as a man who wanted money. It was up to me to make a plan. If I needed money, he was going to provide. If I had money, he would provide me with the killers, those ones that are hired to do money-making rituals, and then they would have to kill that person that would want to be sacrificed in the money-making ritual. I said it is okay. He took me to the river and he told me to perform some rituals, and then I returned back to Harare. I knew what was going to happen, and like what he had told me, he said, go back now, go back and mourn for your mother, for she is going to die, and it is the time that I have given you so that you can mourn for your own mother. I used to cry a lot whenever I would think about the way that my mother was going to die. She was going to be murdered and her body parts were going to be removed. Her heart was going to be removed and her heart was the one that I was going to use, which we were going to sacrifice to the mermaid spirit. And that traditional healer had given me a clay pot. He said, look inside that clay pot. I looked and I saw that there was blood, fresh blood that was in there, as well as some herbs that he had placed in that clay pot. And he said, until the day that this blood is going to run dry, you are going to be okay. But if it runs dry before you would have sacrificed your mother, it is going to be instant madness. You are going to be hit with instant madness and you are going to run mad, and it is up to you. You need to have your mother killed, otherwise you are going to run mad. So I returned to Harare and I stayed. Just when I thought that it was over for me, that was when there were guys whom he had given me some phone numbers, and he said, these are the killers that are going to assist you in this ritual murder. I called them. Those guys, they were Ndau speaking men, and the way that they sounded, they knew what they were doing. They were in this business of killing and harvesting human body parts. They came to my place and then I gave them direction whilst they wrote everything that I was telling them in a book. They went and then they told me that the job was done. They returned back to my house. They had a cooler box. They opened the cooler box and I saw that they had filled it with ice blocks, as well as my mother's heart. Fresh, it was there, and they gave it to me and they said that I should not give them the money, for they would receive the money from the traditional healer. They said, we cannot accept money from you, because if we accept money directly from you, then it means that your mother's blood are going to be on our hands. We just want you to know that take us as your weapon. You have used us as a weapon to kill your own mother. Therefore, you are the one who has killed your own mother. Therefore, you cannot pay us. We are going to be paid by the traditional healer. That money, give it to the traditional healer. He knows what he's going to do. I then told that man that the guys had done the job, and he confirmed with me, and he said that they were at his place telling him that they had done the job and they had given me my mother's heart. I was given an instruction to drive to Kariba with that clay pot that contained my mother's heart, and I went there. And me and the traditional healer and his assistants, we then went to the dam in Kariba, and then he told me that I was supposed to get into the water and walk until I was about to drown. And then that was when I felt that there was something that was scratching me. It was inside the water. I had been told that I was not supposed to be afraid, to relax. And then another voice told me that I had to go underneath the water and I had to check what was going on. So I went underneath the water and I then saw that there was a basket, a reed basket, and I took that reed basket, and then inside that reed basket, I saw that there was gold as well as a cloth. Inside there was a cloth which was white in color. If you would hold it against the sun, you will see that it had all the colors of the rainbow. I had been told that I had to sleep right next to it, for there was a mission that I was going to be given, and the mermaids will tell me what I was supposed to do. When I returned back to Harare, sold the gold and the money that I had gotten after I had sold the gold that I had been given by the marine spirits, I was supposed to give it to the prophets who had their names written on that piece of cloth that I had been given by the marine spirits. One night I woke up and I saw that the cloth, it was busy glowing, and then when I checked, I saw that there were names that are of popular pastors and prophets that that can be found in Harare. Each one I had to make a donation to him. So that was the mission that was given to me. And other things I really do not know, but I was told that whenever I would make a donation to a pastor or to a prophet, then it means that that pastor or the prophet, he will start to have the spirit of adultery, such that if a woman will come to him, he would want to sleep with that woman. In the end, the pastor will be attacked by the marine spirit girls. Those will be the ones that will be sent to him to finish up the mission. All that I had to do was to donate to the pastors and the powerful prophets that had their names written by the marine spirits. When I completed that mission, money started coming in fast. I became one of the most recognized men, a businessman in Harare. I bought 10 cars in 1 year. I bought businesses. I started going to clubs, VIP clubs. I could never really love a woman in this physical world. I tried marrying normal women, but whenever I would try to marry a normal woman, since I am married in the spirit, bad things will happen to that woman. Within 3 months, she will leave me, saying that you speak with another woman in your dreams, and a woman, when she would wake up that I would have gotten married to, that woman will see that I will be busy speaking with a strange shadow that she would see. If that woman continues to stay with me, then she will start to get mysteriously sick. Some would even die. And then I started to understand what was going on. I was already married to the marine spirit. Things changed. I began to fall sick with an unknown disease. My immune started attacking itself. Most of the people could not even understand. I came to South Africa. This was in 2020 when things were hard, but I was able to come to South Africa. When I came here, that was when I went to the doctors for checkups, but no illness was found. And I know that there is something that is wrong with me. I am always sick. You know, the pain that women feel whenever they are about to go on their period. That is the pain that I feel. I feel so much pain. And when I go to relieve myself, the poop that will come out, it will be mixed with blood. Maybe that is the way that I go on my own period. I once spoke with an old man from Chitungwiza, a traditional healer. He told me and he said that he was unable to assist me, for no man who marries a marine spirit will ever prosper to the end. You will make money, he said, but you will never escape. He told me the truth. I have lost everything. I still have money, but I have lost my health. If you look at me, you'll think that I am a man who has HIV and I am not taking my ARVs, and I am so thin, so much that people will see that I am so sick. When I was still back home in Zim, that time when I used to marry countless women, there was even people who were saying that I am an HIV carrier, and I was going around spreading HIV because all the women that I would stay with, those women within 3 months they will die, or within 6 months. So people just thought that it was because I was HIV positive. That was why all of those women that I was staying with, they were dying. I have learned my lesson, and I hope that by me sharing my confession with you, it might help someone else out there. I know that there are men who are in trouble, financial problems, that are going to be tempted by the promise of quick money. I now realize that nothing good will ever come from dealing with marine spirits. If you make money the wrong way, it will also be taken by the spirits. and I am completely ruined. My life is not even making sense at all. If you ever see money coming to you easily, ask yourself, where does the money come from? Do not accept wealth from the marine spirits. I used to love these river girls, claiming that they can give me anything that I want. I used to date one, a marine spirit woman, but now here I am dying from a disease that even the doctors don't even understand what is happening to me. I am in pain. The pain that I feel, even the pain medication cannot even assist. When you post my story, please tell me. I'll be following through in the comment section. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our brother right there. That was the translation of that message. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world.